Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here, welcome back to Union Cross. We're going to be doing PvP on either my main account or free-to-play account, but currently I'm on my main account. But for this video, I want to talk about the update of the increase from 5-minute to 7-minute matches. I can see both sides of that. There is a couple things I want to talk about as we go through this video, but for now, the gist of it is that most people in the top ranks have a lot of extra attacks and a lot of supernovas, and the limit of 5 minutes just doesn't cut it unless it's a single keyblade. When there's 3 keyblades or more, the 7 minutes really helps for that. And I know, well, not everyone has that, and I know a lot of people are complaining that 7 minutes, a lot of people are going to slow roll the last hour. You're going to be locked out for 7 minutes now. People have bigger chance of being just not kicked out from the top places. But there's also people who the 5 minutes is not good enough because their phones are laggy, they're not strong enough, and they get kicked out because their phones go so slow, or their tablets, so on and so on, or the internet because it's loading in between so much that the counter is already going. So that is also another reason they increased to 7 minutes, but most likely they increased to 7 minutes because of the supernovas and the extra attacks. That's going to be happening. I've seen a couple setups already that is just pure Sephiroths and pure Key Art 19s, and yeah, you need the 7 minutes to get through all that. Now, I can see both sides of this, like I said before. I'm going to talk about it as we go through this video, but just give you guys a heads up, that's the PvP update, 5 to 7 minutes, and inside the notice, they did say something about 3 or more Keyblades, so we know that there's going to be more Keyblades in the future, unless they just didn't write that properly. Who knows? But either way, we're gonna go through my main account and my free-to-play account. This is my main account. It hit place 1,870, and my free-to-play account I think was like 4,800. So I do got a couple of tickets to open. At this point, me opening these tickets on my main account, it's just tier 8s I need, nothing else. Everything else is for sub slots, which is great. I don't have to pull as much because I can increase the medals I have already. But that's just a heads up of what I got so far. So let's go do some pulls and check out what I can do for this week. Hopefully I have some good luck, but we've seen how luck works in this game. Alright, let's do some ticket pulls. So, we're going to start off silvers. Again, all I'm looking for is tier 8. I did my 2 silver pulls last night because we did a huge Opera Omnia stream. There's a lot of content in Opera Omnia that we finished doing. The level cap was increased, so it was really like a 6-hour stream. And at the end of it, I did my matches, and I did 2 silver ticket pulls, and they were just tier 5s and tier 4s, like you just saw. So, that ticket does not exist. I don't need tier 4s. Tier 4s are now the tier 3 to me. So, hopefully this next one turns out better. I think I do have enough tier 8s to make another medal into a 7-star, but I'm kind of waiting because tier 8s are just on the brink right now. Oh my god, just one tier 7. So I think tier 8s are about to turn to tier 9s, or even if they don't go to tier 9s, then there is more tier 8s coming out, and they might just get better and better. Looking at Luxord, he's got a multiplier 57. That's either early access to how tier 9s will look like, or that's the future of tier 8s. So, we'll see. We shall see. So far, these are bad. 2 gold tickets left. So far, these are bad. Moogle, you little cute red-nosed reindeer. Don't even have a red nose. It's just a... don't know what to call that thing. I'm sorry, I made fun of you. Just give me a tear. Oh, yes, baby. You're so cute. Moogle's the cutest thing ever. I love Moogles. Moogles are amazing. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Moogle. Psst, I don't want any tier 8s. None at all. Don't give me any tier 8s. Come on, no tier 8. Yes! Alright, we got 2 tier 8s out of what? 5 tickets? 7 tickets if you count the 2 silvers last night. So not amazing, but like I said, I've waited over a month at one point for tier 8 fairy. So seeing a tier 8 fairy is always good. So that leaves me at 3 exactly. So I could start, I guess, evolving another tier 8. The question is, which one do I want to evolve? I'm going to go over this list and I'll let you know. So I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. This is my treasure trove for this week of PvP. This is currently what I have. And I was going to show you with the trait button over here how many extra attacks I have on these medals. But I basically have it on slot 3 and onwards. 3, 4, 5, 6. But you can see that there's too many traits on this Keyblade. So extra attack actually got cut off there. And I can't really scroll it up or down. But what I did here is that I organized my inventory to be 6-star, power, and tier 7s and 8s, and this is what I have currently. Now, for reverse power, I have a Boss Xemnas, again, with extra attack on it, and I have a Xion over here, who's copying forward, not the greatest, but I do have a boost of Xion. So, copying forward into a Hercules. I could replace a Xion, but I also have myself a Sephiroth as reverse power, so there's really no point in me doing tier 7s or 8s, and there's nothing here that would replace the power that my Keyblade already has. It wouldn't be significant enough for me to value the 5 tier 8s as gaining an extra maybe 100,000 points, maybe 200,000 points, even 1,000,000. Now I know that could be the game breaking, but honestly, PvP for this account hasn't been much for these past weeks. So that is a treasure trove. There's nothing really here. Now the counterpoint. This is basically what my counterpoint looks like. I think I can improve on this counterpoint, especially in a couple sections like the tier 5 copycat medal. I could put another tier 7 or tier 8 there, something like Aqua maybe, instead of copying the Genie. But currently, this is a 7-star, so I could just do that right now. At least I believe I made that 7-star already. I did make that a 7-star already. So I could do something like that. Also, I could use something like the Dusk into a 7-star. But the thing is, on this counterpoint currently, I don't need to copy backwards because that's the only reverse slot, and my Vanitas is already doing that copying forward. So there's no point in that copy medal. These are AoE medals, which I don't value right now because everything I've been doing with AoE has been perfectly fine. So I'm not going to waste anything, and everything else is just buffers and debuffers. I could, and this is what I want to do. So currently you can see on my Keyblade setup, and what I want to do is make a Keyblade setup of just pure attack. Because I have the stained glass medal that carries over buffs, I want to use Bob and Jack Jack with defense boost 4 max on it. That way I can have a pure attacking Keyblade because all the buffs are already coming from my stained glass. Issue with that is that I want to do that to a prime medal, not one of these medals. So this Xion is my weak point on this Keyblade right now. What I want to do is grab one of my prime medals and throw that on there with a defense boost 4 max. So that's probably what I'm going to do in the near future. Unless they bring out tier 6s, they're just incredibly good with raising your magic and enemies' magic defense down. Or in the other case, speed, because power is already taken care of from Stained Glass Terra. So I just need a new medal for defense boost 4 max. But looking at my tier 7s and my tier 8s magics, I can do King Trident, but that's a lot of Mickey Brooms. And again, I'm not going to spend these fairy tickets that are hard to get just to get that little bit extra when I am making already top 7,000. Top 7,000 gives you plenty of tickets along with a 2 from every week. So my magic ones are pretty safe on this. And then we got my Sleeping Lion, which my Sleeping Lion is actually looking pretty good, and I think it's stronger than my Counterpoint, so I might switch some things around during this video. I'm going to show you guys my attacking setups. But again, there's nothing that's going to outshine my Phantom and my Invisible put together. Those two 7-stars. We could make another Invisible against Defense Boost 4 Max. We can end up doing that. I could make a Zac, but my Invisible has -60 aerial and ground plus 1000, where my Zac traits just didn't come out that good. It is boosted, but it's got raid damage, so it's not going to really help me in PvP that much because the Phantom already has that plus 1000 and he can copy whatever he wants. Plus the Invisible has extra attack, so I'm not going to use Zac over an extra attack Invisible. There's no point to that. And as we go through everything, I do have extra copies. Like I said, I might put defense boost 6 on there along with the setup because that way I can have an attacking medal and have a defense boost 6 all at the same time. But everything else is AoE in tier 7s and 8s and not going to really help me. I already have everything I have value for sitting on these Keyblades. And like I said, I can remove this and bring in something like another attacking medal, like make Sword and Subby here into a 7-star. It's got nothing on it, it's just an extra copy, and put defense boost 6 on that and have them sit on this setup and just boom, do pure damage along with having defense boost 6. But the issue with this setup is that if I want my Phantom to do damage, I need a prime medal that lowers and raises reverse strength because I don't have any carryover from the previous turn. So the Axel's there to help my Invisible do more damage. Because once we get to Invisible, he's only going to cast ×3 for reverse strength on him. Or yeah, reverse strength ×3. And nothing else has reverse strength on here except for Axel, who's going to do 3 as well. So the first cast is going to be missing 1 reverse strength. So the setup's a little bit weak because of that. So I need this kind of medal here. So besides that, that's not the point. The point is making something into a 7-star. I currently don't need it except for sub slots. So I got a lot of thinking to do about this one. I'm not going to jump into it in this video. I'm going to go through the week, test with this Keyblade, and the last couple days I'll be like, you know what, I'm going to improve this 7-star because it's going to benefit me in certain ways. And this is how I look at my accounts. I wanted to make this video just a little bit different. Instead of just going, hey, this is what I'm making, and I'm jumping in, look at all my power. I want to show you guys my thinking process when it comes to this. Now, it's not perfect in any ways. I shouldn't be saving as much. I have plenty of medals that I can just keep going, and I am making top 7,000, so I'm saving a lot for no reason, and I can see that. But at the same time, I'm in no rush, in all honesty. If tier 7 primes come out, I can make them to a 7-star right away. New tier 7s come, I can make them 7-star right away. My other medals just don't have value except for sub slots, and sub slots are very important. I know that. It's just me being very cautious and me being very comfortable where I am at the moment. So it's not great advice for everyone. Most of you guys should be just unlocking everything and only saving like 5 of each for a possible new medal. That's probably the best way to do it. But I'm gonna show you guys my setup, and we're gonna go into a match and see how this is gonna turn out. All right, so currently, like I was showing between all the setups and why I wasn't making anything into a 7-star, or if I should, because I was also looking for myself as I was going through with you guys. So if I missed anything, if you saw something that has a potential there, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know. Be like, hey, I think this medal would be better for you instead of this medal here because of this much gain. It has to be very valuable to actually make it worth it, not just a little bit of a gain. But currently what I'm doing, Stained Glass is carrying over buffs so that I can just go pure attack here. But again, I'm using Shion, so it's not a big deal. But I'm going to see which one pulls off more damage. Treasure Trove into Counterpoint or Treasure Trove into Sleeping Lion. So I'm going to do 2 matchups with you guys and see which one turns out better. I think my Sleeping Lion might be more powerful. But we're going to find out right now. So let's go find an opponent. I am top 1,000 currently, sitting pretty comfortably. Alex is at 214,643. Let's see if we can beat... did I say Alex? I think that was Alexis, right? Yeah, it's different. So, let's see what happens here. Of course, like I said before, this Stained Glass medal has... I did 2.4 million, 2.5 million with defense boost 4 max. So it's an attacking medal, buffing medal, and a defensive medal all in one. So it's really, really good using these stained glasses for PvP. And it's the only reason I spent that many jewels on him, just to have that one PvP setup. If I paid for the game, if I bought VIP every week, I probably would have just ended up buying one of each, maybe power, speed, and magic. That way I wouldn't have to worry about a prime medal. I can just use these guys as my defense boost 4 max for each setup and just not worry about it. But I didn't have 90,000 jewels to spare, so I can't do that. This setup is doing about 70 million if they don't activate a defense boost 5 or 6. 70 million is around the range. I've seen 71 and almost 72 at one point. Depends on the crit and the defense of the enemy. But like I was saying to you guys, we jumped in this match about a minute ago, almost a minute. If it goes fast enough, if people don't have a lot of supernovas, if people don't have a lot of extra attacks, this match goes 5 minutes. 5 minutes is more than enough. We don't need 7 minutes. It's when we go into every medal have an extra attack on every setup, and you go all 3 matches because you win one, they win one, and then it goes to round 3, and you got to go through all those 6 Keyblade setups. If there's a lot of extra attacks and supernovas, plus a little bit of lag on a bad device, that 5 minutes is not enough. And it's understandable when it comes to that point. Not everyone has that much extra attacks or supernovas, but some people do. So they raised the 7 minutes, I think, because of that. That's just a guess. A lot of the community agrees with that, but a lot of people are also upset about that because if you didn't know, at the last minute PvP, a lot of people, what they do is stay in a match for 5 minutes. They'll pause the game, wait there, watch a timer, put a stopwatch on, whatever they got to do. Say I start at 8:25, I'll end this match at 8:29, so I don't lose in the 5 minutes. So they'll pause right before the opponent's last attack, and they'll sit there for 5 minutes. You do that 5 times, you're sitting there for 25 minutes without being attacked. So it works out really good for people trying to hold their rank at the last hour. And now that it's increased to 7 minutes, and you have people who buy VIP, so 5 minutes with VIP is almost an hour. 7 minutes without VIP, you're looking at a lot more time. 35 minutes for that one try is increased instead of the 7 minutes. So that 2 minutes makes a big difference, an extra 10 minutes on top of it. So a lot of people are complaining about that because a lot of people are going to hold their rankings or lock you out from being able to attack. So let's say you're in the last hour, it's not late at night for you, or you did stay up that day just to play. Damn, this guy beat me hard on that one. Let's see how my third setup is. But a lot of people are going to be stuck in these matches for 7 minutes now because people are trying to hold their rank with you. And that's a big flaw in the system. That 7 minutes can be abused by a lot of people, especially anyone's just trying not to be attacked. They just want to keep their place. If they're going to win or lose, it doesn't matter to them. They just want to keep their top 1,000 or top 3,000. They'll sit there for 7 minutes. So a lot of people are complaining about this, and I totally agree with it. I don't like how that system is. It kind of sucks. Big time. This setup's not doing that great. This setup's not doing that great. It is It's not that bad though, but I can definitely improve on this one if I needed to. But either way, like I said, I totally agree with that. I agree that this whole holding person in place, they need to fix it somehow so people don't abuse the 7 minutes or the 5 minutes. But the 7-minute increase was needed for people, like I said, who have extra attack and a loss of supernovas. And as the game goes forward, I'm thinking they're preparing people for just supernovas and tier 6s and tier 7s, not just tier 8 non-mercy pull medals like Sephiroth and KR19. So you do have all that happening. Ooh, third round, I won. All right, 3 attacking. I know you guys are probably asking, what happened to your paralysis setup? For this account, currently, when I want to climb quick, I use 3 attacking setups, and then if I want to climb into a territory I don't belong, which is most likely top 1000 near the end, I switch the setup around for paralysis and poison combo. So poison goes off first, and then my third Keyblade has paralysis, and that way I don't have to deal with all their power. So right now I'm just trying to get my way in there with people who are not supposed to be here, because a lot of people went to bed and they got kicked out with strong setups because they haven't optimized or made a setup at 3 a.m. in the morning. Alright, so I switched a couple things around. I'm going to use a sleeping line in the middle now. What I'm going to do is have the stained glass carry over again for everything I need, except for speed. So I got this here. Until I get those proper prime medals to fix this up, or medals I want to put defense boost 6 on and 4 max on, I got to switch this around. So this setup, straightforward. It's a last setup. It's got defense boost 4 max, and it's a pure attacking. So it takes care of itself with Kyrie. So this should turn out maybe a little bit stronger now that I put the Diz there and anti-form copying invisible. I might have a better speed medal to put here, but for now this is what I'm going to try out, see if I can just win the first 2 setups and not worry about the third setup. So we're going to go against Kalo here, or Kalo, and see what I can do. And this will be the last match of the stream. But like I said before about this whole thing, there's a little bit going on from both sides. Some people are saying they like the 7-minute increase. Some people saying that it's going to break PvP. In all honesty, there's a lot of things that broke PvP besides the 7 minutes. One being supernova medals. Non-mercy supernova game-changing medals have broke PvP. 2, defense boosts, RNG on top of RNG. Because now you have defense boost 5 and 6 going off. Whoever defense boost 5 and 6 goes off more, you most likely will win. Now we have pet rank 11 easily accessible by everyone. Who has the most chances of the pet rank combo going off on a really good attack and not an extra attack or a buffing medal, so on and so on. So there's a lot of RNG that breaks PvP because of that. Like you saw my setup do 70 million. My setup just did 54 million because he had defense boost 6. That is a 16 million loss, and that's why I say put defense boost 6 on your setup on an attacking medal. So you still do damage and you reduce 16 million, because most likely you're not going to have every slot with a medal that can do 16 million or even 10 million. So you putting defense boost 6 there increases your chances of winning more and more matches. So I'm probably going to lose this match because of that, because Supernova is going to be about 10, and then Sephiroth on a pet slot another 10 to 14, and then if they have extra attack they just ruin me. So they won because of defense boost 6, and I didn't have another defense boost 5 or 6 on that setup, so I lose. So this whole 5 to 7 minute mark is more complaining about that people are going to be held out during the last hour. Just means that either one, people during global version, the resets at 3 o'clock in the morning for Eastern time for me, so that's kind of insane to stay up for that all the time, and it's not really worth it, especially with these days. It's just the silver and gold tickets have so much RNG on top of it. Losing your sleep over RNG is not really worth it. So the hit that this 5 to 7 minute mark has on PvP compared to Combo Plus, Supernova medals, it's just not the same value. This 5 to 7 minutes just doesn't hurt as much as everything else that's going on right now with these RNG in PvP. It's not just you have the medals, you're good. No. Do you have extra attack? Do you have defense boost 6? How many times did it proc? Do you have Combo Plus from pet rank 11? How many times did it proc on the proper attacking medal? So on and so on. Alright, so this setup is looking to be 50 something million with this kind of setup. So I gotta fool around with these setups a little bit more, but let me know down below what you guys think is like, what's your thoughts on that 5 to 7 minutes? That's what I mean, the 5 to 7 minute change. How do you guys feel about it? It's a big thing. A lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people in JP are also talking about it because it affects them a little bit more compared to global. Global's again 3 o'clock in the morning. Only certain individuals stay up for that late. If I'm caught in between a stream and I'm almost going to be hitting that time anyways, I'll stay up with you guys and play around too. But like I said, opening these tickets right now I could do without. I'm perfectly fine where I am. So there's just no harm of me getting kicked out of top 7,000 because we get 2 silver tickets, and for your weekly, just doing 30 matches throughout the week, and another 2 silver tickets for making top 50,000, which at this point I should never go above top 50,000. And if you make above top 50,000, you still get 1 silver ticket for top 100,000, I believe. So that's 3 silver tickets, and silver tickets can be better than gold tickets. So at this point in the game, the 5-7 minute mark, you guys don't have to leave your matches to the last hour. Just play out through the day. Do 3 during the day to get your dailies. I got my ass kicked. And then do 2 before you go to bed, just to get it in there. There's no point staying up for that 3 a.m. mark. It depends where you live, of course, and if you are staying up anyways. So it does affect. I'm not saying that it's not important. I'm just saying I want to know what your thoughts are on this. It's not as big as an impact on everything else that happens during PvP. But that's my setups. I'm definitely going to change this around for my last one. I'm going to put it back to the other one. I feel that was better for both of them. I got to put Defense Boost 6 on here somewhere if I want to keep making these top rankings. But again, when you look at the rewards from where I am to where I'm going to go, I get 1 less silver ticket and 1 extra gold ticket. But I've seen silver tickets do better than gold sometimes. So I still get 6 tickets in total. To me, that's just the same thing with how much RNG these tier 8s are anyways. Everything's RNG. Sometimes your silver tickets will give you 3 tier 8s. I've seen people see that. I've seen someone with 4 tier 8s on a silver ticket. So it's all RNG. So is it worth staying up for that last hour? Is it worth upgrading some medals and wasting some of those just to get that 1 extra slot of going from either top 15 to top 100,000, sorry, top 1,000, top 500? Is it worth it? You guys got to ask yourself this. PvP is in a weird place. It's still not perfect. They have lots to work on, but it's a lot better than to start off. At least we have silver tickets in just playing. We don't have to rank. You just got to complete 5 matches every day for 6 out of the 7 days. So it all depends, guys, how you look at PvP. Either way, let me know your thoughts down below. Of course, everything I say here is just my opinion, and I know you guys have a different game than me. You guys have different setups. You guys have different time zones, different things you go about. So let me know how you feel about all of this. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.